And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. Today, we're going to do a short little stream here. We're going to be taking a look at the markets, trying to find some underrated, undervalued, good investments for some skins. We haven't had a new operation in over 2 years, almost 3 years now, so we're going to be analyzing skins that are off their highs, have potential to rise, that should be on our radar until the next operation, and beyond, perhaps, depending on the type of skins that we're going to be investing in. So stick around, hit the like button to show your support, guys. Really does mean a lot. And of course, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. As always, before we get started, I do want to shout out the Patreon, guys. Big community growing. We do have a weekly newsletter dropping tonight for anybody interested in that, with more research and data that I've been collecting this week. Episode 6 is going to be uploaded after this stream, so if you want to catch the next episode of our Grow Your Wealth with CS2 Investing, that's going to be there. Buys and sells are there. Members only videos. I have a special case investment that I'm going to be sharing in the next couple of days in a members only video. So a lot of cool stuff happening at the Patreon or through YouTube channel membership. Both get you to the same place. Links are down below, guys. With that being said, let me pop out the chat and say hello to you beautiful people. Make sure you guys vote in the poll. Are skin prices going to go higher this year in 2024 or no? What that means is basically you have current levels right now. In about 12 months, 6 to 12 months, will prices be higher or lower than they are now? Phase up. Okay, what do you think of shattered web cases? We'll do some Q&A at the end of the stream, but generally speaking, I do like shattered web cases. This will be an interactive stream, so don't worry, like, you will have your say. I'm not gonna just sit here and just spew a bunch of random skins that I like. I want you guys to help out as well and give me suggestions, so we'll get to that part. But real quick, before I start taking suggestions from you guys to like analyze and look at the markets, we'll look at the markets, the trends, the charts, the data, and then we'll come to a we'll make a list basically. What I want to say is, yeah, CS2 skins worth investing in 2024. Okay, so I want to preface this real quick by saying a couple of things, right? Preface, no new operation in over, what, 750 days, or roughly 2 years and a couple months. It's gonna be 3 years in 3 years in September, I'm pretty sure. And you may ask, what does that have to do with anything? But no, new operations usually drop dozens of skins. New operations usually drop hundreds, not hundreds, but like dozens of skins to the economy. Which in turn creates investment opportunity, because if you buy these skins when they're cheap and you know, dropping, and you hold them after the operation ends for an extended period of time, you can make some good money. But not only that, some of the higher tier skins are going to be used in crafts for our investments from stickers. So like, for example, our Paris, our Antwerp, Stockholm, now Copenhagen, they will certainly be devoured or used, consumed, whatever you want to call it, once we get a lot of new skins and consistent updates back. So that's why no new operation is very important to make a note. Another thing is prime. I don't want to say only, because only is a strong word. Like, there are exceptions. Only with exceptions. Just want to point that clear. There are exceptions here, guys. Only invest, and this is just my personal opinion, invest in skins that have the following fundamentals. Discontinued operation collection, discontinued collection period. So like, think like the assault collection, the nuke collection, what are some other discontinued ones? Baggage, if I can spell baggage. I mean, these are just some examples, right? Militia. Anyways, discontinued collection, discontinued case collections. Those are pretty good too. Higher tier skins, so like coverts and pinks and such, right? And basically skins whose skins that are used in trade ups. Skins that are used in trade ups. So like filler skins would be, you know, skins that I would still invest in, right? Let's see, what else am I missing? So yeah, those are pretty much the top 3. Discontinued operation collection skins, discontinued case skins from cases that are no longer dropping, and then also the filler skins. Are there exceptions to this rule? Yes. Can you invest in an AK Vulcan even though the case is still dropping? Absolutely. Can you invest in a Fire Serpent even though the Bravo case is still dropping? Absolutely. Etc, etc. There are exceptions out there, guys, so just keep that in mind. And then the last thing I want to preface this and say, while we're building up this list, while we're going to be analyzing these different skins and trying to find the best ones to invest in at the moment with current prices, keep this in mind. Try to find or come up with skins, find skins that are low in supply or decreasing in supply. For whatever reason. It could be because they're being consumed for trade-ups, like an M4 Knight, for example. Example, yeah, would be M4 Knight. The Knight is used in trade-ups, so every year, theoretically, the supply of the Knight should go down. Obviously, you can have trade-ups to a Knight, but generally speaking, it should be decreasing instead of increasing, for the most part. And then, yeah, find skins that are low in supply. Not only are they low in supply, but they have decent demand, or the weapon has decent, actually not decent, has good demand, has great demand. And what I mean by that is go for common weapons, primarily. Go for common weapons like AKs, Ops, Deagles, USPS, Glock, skins that are used quite often, or weapons that are used quite often. Fado, what's up? How you doing, man? Yo, Fano, do you prefer number K or Miami Daryl? I like both. I think both will do well. Daryl is rarer, has the higher rarity, but number K is for the memes, so I think both, you can invest in both, honestly. It really comes down to personal preference. Nothing wrong with either. Okay. And again, we'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end, guys. Right now, I'm just trying to, like, get this stream started before we make our list, before we make the list, and we start, like, actually putting skins on this list. So yeah, find skins that are low in supply, have a decent demand for the weapon. Yeah, low supply, good demand for the weapon, and a good, fair price. No need to be chasing. No need to be chasing. A perfect example of such a skin that you don't need to be chasing is, let me see if I can pull it up. It's the Op Lightning Strike. The Op Lightning Strike is a perfect example of a skin that you probably shouldn't be chasing. Look at its amazing growth. You should have been buying when it was $20, $50, $60. You had so many years here to buy. But a lot of us didn't really play this game back then, or haven't heard of this skin, or I don't know, didn't have the money perhaps. I don't know. Whatever your excuse is, you should have been buying down here when it was still very cheap. Now it has since run up substantially higher, and while you still can buy it now and, you know, hope that it comes back up to its previous all-time highs during the next bull cycle, which inevitably will happen. I'm sure there will be a time in the future where this thing goes back to its highs here. The question is when, and its opportunity cost. Could you have taken, you know, this large amount of money and put it into something that's cheaper, something that has more potential to double, triple, quadruple than whatever this is going to go from 650 to, you know, 860. So keep those things in mind when you're building up this list. Make sure it's a good, fair price, something that has not appreciated that much. Or if it has, it's off its highs. Or if it has, it is off its highs by at least 20%. 20 to 40% is a very nice sweet spot. Something that has good fundamentals, but it's off its all-time highs. So, with that being said, let's start building this list, guys. So what are some skins that are currently worth investing in 2024? Red Snow says, I'm a Ninja Watcher. Shout out to you, man. Black Lotus is gonna fall in price. Yes. Please do not invest / buy in new case skins. I cannot stress this enough. Their price will go down after several months, 6 to 12 months. Wait until prices go lower. I know the Black Lotus is great, but you gotta be patient. Desert Hydra. Yes, the Desert Hydra. Op Desert Hydra, chat. Let's take a look at it. You may be saying to yourself, Desert Hydra, isn't it like the Lightning Strike? Well, let's take a look at it. If we look at its chart year to date, it is up 4% year to date. At the lows, it was $2,000. Now it has gone up a couple percentage points. If you look at its all-time high, in November, it would have been the perfect time to buy. After the CS2 release, when the hype started to crash and nobody was buying, you should have been buying down here. It seems to have formed a pretty decent floor. And, I mean, its all-time high was what? Double what it is now, almost? So, definitely hits our mark in terms of, like, off its highs, has good demand, discontinued. Yeah, it's from it's an op skin. This is not a bad entry point if you're going to have a longer term horizon. For example, if you're going to treat it as a play skin, you're just going to hold it for a couple months, couple years, and then if you really need the money, you can always sell it. I would say it's sort of like a Prince in a sense. I mean, I personally have a Prince that I use in, you know, my games and such, but it is a good store of value because it is rare. And old, so I like it. I like the Op Desert Hydra. It is not bad. What are some other examples, guys? Let me know. P2K Amber Fade. Yes, P2000 Amber Fade. This is part of the sort of, it's not really common because you don't use the P2K that much, but it's from the filler skins. The Amber Fade, ladies and gentlemen, will be used in trade-ups. So when the next operation inevitably drops in a couple months, you will most likely see it going higher. If you look at its chart, any one of these spikes, ladies and gentlemen, is because of an operation. Spikes are normal for these types of skins, and we are currently well off of our all-time highs, over 50%, so I would certainly be picking some of them up here if you think that we're going to get an operation anytime soon. The problem is you don't know when that will be, and it may just be dead money until we see an operation. So keep that in mind. If you buy too many, you may be just holding the bag for quite some time. Dragon Tattoo, that's a case skin, unfortunately. I probably would not pick it. I do have a Dragon Tattoo for, you know, just as a play skin because it is a cool skin. It will rise with the case, no doubt about it, but it's just not something that's really an investment. I bought it more as like a play skin investment, like a 50% investment, you know what I mean? Let's keep going here. What are some other suggestions, guys? Gamma Doppler Glock. Thank you. Somebody said it. Appreciate that, guys. Gamma Doppler Glock is actually really, really nice. It comes in many different phases and patterns. It can be used heavily in crafts. It is not terribly expensive, all things considered. If we look at its all-time chart, look at this, chat. It's spiked up because of the CS2 demand, for good reason. The CS2 update or the CS2 beta changed the way this Glock looks, changed the way Gamma Dopplers look, changed the way Dopplers look. They made them look way better, in my opinion, for the majority of them. And it has, you know, crashed off of the highs. Then it's, you know, found a second wind to go up towards the release. Then it crashed back down, and now it's moving up again. So I would say for now, you can pick up one, perhaps, at this level. If it goes back down to retest some of the lower levels, maybe you pick up a second or a third. Remember, guys, they come in different phases, different patterns. But I do like the chart long term. This is setting up for a nice bull flag to go even higher. The question is when? When will it go higher? And my only answer to that is a lot of these skins, they will go back to all-time highs when a couple of things come true. When Valve starts giving us more updates, more content updates, when Valve, fixes the cheater problem, or at least makes not everyone happy, but more people happy, right? The game continues to grow as we get more majors and more players coming in, new operations, all that stuff should push the prices ultimately higher for these skins. These are older skins. This is a discontinued skin from a discontinued collection, it's just so nice because it comes in different phases. So that's really, really good. I like it. I like this a lot, guys. What's the biggest profit you made from crypto? I'm not doing crypto videos on this channel. If you want crypto videos, join the Discord and we can talk offline. What a time to go live. Yes. Keo says, hello, Fano. How you doing? Let's see. Carved Jade. Oh, I completely forgot about something. Thank you so much for reminding me, guys. The AUG Carved Jade. Now, here's something very important, guys. I would write this down. Press 1 if you guys are taking notes right now. You should be taking notes. Don't rely only on your memory. Don't rely purely based off of just, I'm going to remember it. Press 1 if you're actually taking notes because it's super important. This is super, super important, guys. And this has made me money in the past, and it could potentially make you money in the future, but you have to understand this. Appreciate that, guys. Neven with the 12 months tier 3. Shout out to you, brother. Don DeMarco to you. Okay, write this down, guys. Here's one extra thing that you need to know about investing in skins. And the reason I brought it up is because you mentioned the AUG Carved Jade. Invest in skins, desirable skins on weapons that have low demand and low price, whose narrative may change due to Valve interfering with the mechanics of the game. So what that basically means, ladies and gentlemen, is, let's say, for example, in 2025, Valve buffs the revolver, making it lethal, usable in matchmaking, competitive pro play. Some of the revolver skins will go higher when that happens. Actually, all of them will go higher, some more than other, when that happens. The best is if you can do, you can find a skin that, has the fundamentals that we talked about earlier, that's discontinued, that's rare, that looks good, but it's on a weapon that, is just really sucky right now. Nobody really wants to use it. And common examples, guys, would be, like revolver skins, P2000 skins. We don't really see too many people using the P2K. AUG skins, Galil skins. What if they make the Galil better, or the AUG better, or the SG better? They did that before. They've buffed the AUG in the past. They could do it again, or they could probably do P2K next, or they could do the revolver next. So in your research, when you're looking for skins, building this list as I'm building, take a look at some of these types of skins that are on weapons that people don't really use in matchmaking, and make a note of that, and take a look at those particular, like the higher tier skins in that, for them. So for example, if I was going to do revolver, ladies and gentlemen, I would go here to the revolver, I would search all the revolver skins, and I'd say which ones are the best, which ones will most people buy in the event that they do buff the revolver sometime in the future. Oh, it's probably going to be the Fade. It's the only covert one. What else would they do? Could they do a Skull Crusher? Maybe. Llama Cannon, that's kind of cool. What else? Ooh, a Blaze, similar to the Deagle Blaze. That should go up. Look for weapons that are, used in trade-ups, or, from old collections that are discontinued. Take a look at that and make mental notes of that. This is just for the revolver. Let's look at the P2K. P2K is another great example. Only one covert skin in the game, the Fire Elemental. You best believe if they make the USPS worse, or they improve the P2K and all the pro players start using the P2K, Fire Elemental is going to go higher, Imperial is going to go higher, absolutely the Dragon is going to go higher. Ocean Foam, it's from the Bravo case, used in trade-ups quite heavily. This thing should also see a bid higher, so keep that in mind, guys. So again, this is just a suggestion. This is not me telling you that only go after low demand potential skins, because here's the thing, you don't know. The issue with this strategy of investing is that you don't know how long you're gonna have to be holding the bag, because you don't know when Valve are gonna release another update that changes the meta, right? And it could be months, it could be years for them to do that, which is why I personally wouldn't invest a huge amount of money into this, but I would certainly have some just in case. If you had any extra money laying around and you don't know what to do with it, and you've already invested in other places, stickers, capsules, cases, skins, and such, etc., and you want to put it into a more speculative potential, this is the way to go, because these types of investments overnight, when the update drops, they usually go up like a 2x overnight, literally. You can easily see them double overnight just because of Valve, because of the big update, because of the surge of demand. That's usually what happens. And you've purchased them early before everybody else. You're covered there, and then you just sell. You sell on the news. It's a sell the news type event, and it has worked wonders, but it is not easy to predict, and it's not guaranteed. You have to be patient. You have to get a little bit of luck involved. So that's why I just want to mention it. It's a decent strategy. Off of my huge tangent, we have an AUG carved jade, which I really like. It still looks really, really good. It's like an emerald, not Glock, or it's like the emerald Glock, but it's an emerald AUG. And if you look at its chart, it is off its all-time highs, $30. It had a huge spike up, kind of volatile, going up and down, then it goes back to new all-time highs in September, and has since crashed back down, lost pretty much 50% of its value from its all-time highs. So I personally like this a lot. If I don't own an AUG carved jade, I'd probably pick one up right now if I was using an AUG. I like it. I like it a lot. It has formed a nice base here, which is cool. And yeah, if you can pick one up in the low teens, I don't really see why not. I mean, it's, year to date, it's down 5%. 3 months, it's pretty much flat. Hasn't done too much. 6 months, you're down 43%. That's crazy. It definitely fits the bill nicely. AUG Sandstorm. Let's take a look at the Sandstorm. It's another Operation skin, guys. The Sandstorm is another Operation skin, this time from Mirage. The Mirage collection, yes, guys, good collection. It's the one that has the Hydra and the Fennec Fox. So a lot of these skins here will be, consumed in trade-ups for that. So I like it. I like the Sandstorm. Heck, even the Elegant Vines that, may not be the best looking skin in the game. People will be using it in trade-ups to try to get a Fennec Fox or to get an Oxide Oasis. So I like it. I personally do. I think it's not bad. Discontinued Operation collection, that's usually the way to go. The way you can tell it's an Operation collection is, well, usually if you go here on this website, CS2 Stash, not affiliated with it, but just FYI, down here you can look at where the update is. If it has Operation in its name, that's usually a good sign. It means it came out during an Operation update. And that's one way to know. Or another way to know is just ask in the chat. Ask me, like, is this skin Operation Collection skin? And I will happily answer your question, because at this point in time, I've dealt with so many skins that I have most of them memorized, which collection they are. Hey Fanny, do you think they will remove a map from the current map pool? I think they will. The question is, will it happen before or after Shanghai? Not entirely sure. Papa, what about the D-Lore? Do you see profit? I can currently afford a battle-scarred one. I like the D-Lore. I would be buying a D-Lore for long-term investment. Like, if I didn't have a Prince, I would probably have a D-Lore. I'm honestly gonna see if I can get both. Like, it doesn't hurt to have both. Like, it really doesn't. It doesn't hurt to have more solid skins. So what I would encourage investors is, while you're making profits from your, cheaper, lower priced investments, take some of your profits and put it into a prince, put it into some of the skins on this list, put it into a dealer, put it into something that is more stable and more popular, like put it into a fade knife, put it into a vanilla knife, put it into a howl, put it into just whatever, I think that would be the strategy. What are some other skins, guys? Give me some more skin ideas. That's greedy, Fano. You don't need 2 ops. It's not about being greedy. It's about parking money into something that won't crash 40% because of Valve. Because of Valve's stupidity, or Valve's ignorance, or Valve's laziness. It's because it diversifies me, Desrold Jormungandr, yes. The green Desert Eagle, guys. It's the only green Desert Eagle skin in the game. Super nice. Super nice. It's a pattern-based skin, only green one in the game. Gonna be using crafts. Continuous. Oh, that's actually an interesting pattern. I actually really like this skin. I used to have this skin. Great investment skin, historically speaking. Let's see. 1 second here. If we can pull up the chart. Curious to see where it stands. Year to date, it's up 12% year to date. In early January, you should have been buying it in early January. Now it has gone up considerably. I still think that it has room to grow, but I would personally be patient right now. You see how we had a peak here and then we went back down and then we go here. My question is this a peak? Are we gonna go back down to like the bottom here? If so, I'd be a buyer again. But we just don't know if it will find a base and keep going higher. So at this point in time, I'm personally not buying, but yeah, if it goes back down to like the low 200s, I would certainly be putting this on my short list. Irregardless, it should go back to its all-time highs. The question is when, and I don't know. I don't know that answer. How long is it going to take? So I like this skin. You can invest in the skin. Just be aware that the best time was a couple months ago when it was cheaper. Let's see here. What are some other skins, guys? What are some other skins? Give me some more suggestions. Can you take a look at the MP9 Hot Rod? Yeah, absolutely I can. So MP9 Hot Rod, ladies and gentlemen, is from the Mirage collection. And, wait, why is it not? Oh, that's an M9. MP9 Hot Rod. So it's from the Mirage collection and OG collection. It does fit the description or the preface when I said invest in discontinued collections, discontinued operation collections. Yeah, it's an old skin. It is mono-colored, which is pretty good. Singular colored skins tend to do very, very well, just because there's a lot of really good looking stickers that could fit on these skins. It's very easy to craft with FaZe, very easy to craft with Tai Lu, etc, etc. So I like this skin. My only issue is that it is a mil spec. It's an old skin. A lot of people don't know about this skin, and it's already kind of expensive at $113 for a SMG skin that not everybody uses. I would say it's a bit rich for my liking. Yes, you can buy it, but I question how much growth it has, if that makes sense. How much more growth can there really be? It's very similar to like the AWP Lightning Strike in a way. I just question all that growth. I mean, look at this, guys. It's had a tear in the last 3 months. Why is it up 43% in the last 3 months? What happened in the last 3 months? Oh, I know what happened. The sticker update happened. And I actually didn't know this. Like, I'm just now seeing this chart for the first time. Look at this. February 8th. This was around the time that they had the sticker update. It went up a whopping 40% in barely a month and a half. So, no, this is not something... 16% in a month, 43% in 3 months. This is not something I'm buying right now. You should have been buying earlier when it was down here, and I guess you got lucky with this last update, and it pumped it to new highs. Yeah, I'm just not buying right now. Could I buy now and potentially sell it if it goes higher? Sure, but I don't know if it will. Because this is a crazy run that we've had. This is actually a very beautiful chart. Like, if it keeps going, ugh, that's crazy. I bought 2 at $70. Smart move, my guy. Smart move. I take all the money the AWP Hydra is worth, divide it, and just buy an AWP Sun and Leo. Better investment idea? Well, we can take a look at the Sun and Leo. We can take a look at the Ops Sun Leo and see what's happening with it. Did it get a bid? I think it did have a bid as well. Yep, look at that, chat. Look at this beautiful chart. It's forming like a nice W pattern. We'll see if it goes back. This is another skin, ladies and gentlemen, that is up 30% because of the sticker update. So right now, you'd be chasing it. You should have bought this couple of months ago when it was cheaper and nobody was really buying it in like November, December, January. This would have been a good entry point. Generally speaking, chat, if you look at charts, you should be buying on the way down on sound skins and then selling on the way up. So now would be an interesting time to potentially exit the trade or exit the investment. Or, I mean, if you want to, you know, continue using it as a play skin, that's fine too. But yeah, buying down here would have been the play. The only issue is you just didn't know, that Valve were going to release that sticker update. So like there was no way of knowing, but that's why you invest when nobody's talking about it. This is a good chart, by the way. Nice W pattern. We're above the previous relative lows slightly, so we'll see if it can keep going higher. I like this. I like this a lot. Some of these stickers here that fit with the op are also pretty decent investments as well, but that's for another video. Smash the goddamn like button, chat. Hello, hello, hello. Will the new operation come out soon with new skins? My prediction is it comes out sometime in the summer, most likely in the summer, but I can also see a scenario where it gets released in like January of next year. Panthera Anka, you've been saying that for a while, so let me find it. So Panthera Anka. Well, let's see here. The Panthera Anka. What can I say about it? After the last sticker update, I could probably see this being a more viable skin for crafting, just because you can have a little bit more freedom to like alternate and rotate and stickers and such. But let's see what happened to its price. Did its price get affected from the last sticker update? Yes or no? It didn't have a huge impact. So, okay, so it got released during the operation. It went back down. You should have been picking it up down here when nobody was touching it. Then in March, CS2 hype, you should have been selling into the hype when prices spiked. They have since crashed. Secondary spike when CS2 was officially released. Then a crash, spike, crash. So right now would be an interesting time to buy for long-term holders. Probably should have bought down here in early January again, just because it was the all-time low, or the relative low this year. But right now, I mean, in 6 months, yeah, it's down 24. In 3 months, it's down 2%. 1 year, it's up 8%. I mean, it's not the best AK skin, in my opinion, but it's not necessarily a bad investment. It's more like you're gonna have a really nice play skin, you're gonna hold it for several years, and if you want to sell it, you'll probably be able to sell it higher. That would be my prediction. So don't expect huge returns on this, but you could probably sell it for a higher price soon. Yeah, so let me actually grab this and put it on the list, because it is a good skin. It does fit the criteria. It is off its highs. What do you think about Prisma and Prisma 2 case? We're not really doing cases in this stream. We'll do Q&A in a little bit, but for the most part, no, let's stick it to skins, guys. Do you think the inheritance will go up? No, guys, the inheritance will go down. I know it's a good skin. I know people love it, and you know there's a lot of crafting going on with it, and it's everybody's favorite new skin. Looks really good, but the issue is, ladies and gentlemen, is it's from a new case. The case is still going to drop for the next couple of years. Supply is only going to go higher. Yes, it has demand, but you generally don't want to invest or touch case skins that are new, that have just dropped. You're going to have to be patient with them. So, no. No. I would not be investing in it. Similarly, if I were to look at the Revolution case, just look at what happened to the Revolution case. Look at like the Temukao or the AK headshot, right? Like if you were to look at one of its charts, see if we can pull it up here. I mean, look at this. $900 initially, crashed 50%, goes back up to like 800, crashed to like 500, 400, lost half its value, and then look at this, guys. $150 it was $800, $700. You do the math, how much percentage points it's lost. Like, that's crazy. So this is just in a year in a few months or a few days. So personally, yeah, just be patient. Just be patient. Wait a year, then buy this skin. That would be my recommendation. And even if you buy it, understand that it is a play skin. It's not an investment. You know, we're not investing in case skins, guys. Why did you invest in Paris? That's a great question. Very good question. Why is the sky blue? You know? Why does the sun always rise? Likewise, same goes for new capsules, Mr. Fano. New capsules? What are you talking about? Don't buy capsule stickers yet. Same theory. Oh, from like the from the Copenhagen major. Yeah, don't buy the new capsules just yet. Wait for the sale to start. Let's see what happens to prices. Let's see where the demand is. Let's see what, you know, how many capsules are sold, how many are purchased, how many are opened. M4A1S Masterpiece. Masterpiece. What about the Masterpiece? Let's see here. Let's take a look at the Masterpiece. Masterpiece is from an interesting collection, guys. It's from the Overpass collection. And it was added 9 years ago. It was added alongside the Op Dragon lore with the Cobblestone collection, right? You know, these two collections were added at the same time. Operation Breakout, great operation. Shout out to anybody in the chat who played during Operation Breakout. Press 1 in the chat if you guys were around during Breakout. That was a great operation. But I like this skin quite a bit. It's not bad. It's one of those OG skins that has a very nice flair to it. Nice graffiti, nice colors, good for crafting, I would say. It enhances the art. So I like it. The only issue is it's already gone up quite a bit, and it's a bit underrated. So what I mean by that is there's so many M4s to choose from nowadays that I just don't really see or know if there's a whole lot of, you know, demand out there for it. But let's see here. So it had a huge spike, as all things did during CS2, went down. Second spike went even lower, so that's not a great sign. This chart isn't very good. And then over here we had a recent mini high, but it's a lower high and then lower lows. So yeah, I would not be a buyer just yet. I would wait and see if we retest the lows again, and if it bounces back, then you buy. If it goes below, then you just don't invest in it. I mean, there's other investments out there. That's another thing that I would personally recommend you guys make a note of. Don't force yourself into investing in something. There will always be another train to hop on, another investment in the future, potential to make more money. So don't just invest because, you know, oh, I have, you know, $50, I have to invest. Well, no, you don't have to invest. You have $50 right now. You know, if you don't see the value of your investment or the potential of your investment, you don't have that conviction, right? Don't invest. Just wait for better opportunity. Something new is going to come up soon. There's going to be potential in a new product or a new skin or a new, you know, offering from CS. In a few weeks, we're gonna get a not Steam sale, but we're gonna get a sticker sale, right? And that could be a potential opportunity to take a look at some Copenhagen investments, some stickers or what have you, right? So just be patient is what I'm trying to say. Don't force yourself to invest. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's keep going. What are some other ideas, guys? Minotaur's Labyrinth. Minotaur's Labyrinth is interesting. It does have special patterns, but they don't add a lot of value to them, per se. This is coming from a guy who had, like, 2 of those patterns. I like it. It's a cool skin. It has been rising. It'll probably continue to rise. The question is, has most of its gains already been factored into the price? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Minotaur's Labyrinth. It's a great looking skin. It's an old skin, comes in patterns, but I'm worried that the best may have already happened. Like, look at its chart. It has a monstrous chart. It's a beautiful chart. If you buy one now, could you probably sell it for a higher price? Absolutely. Question is, how long will it take, and is it worth is it worth it, right? Are there better investments out there? And at these levels, personally, I would not be a buyer. I bought mine when it was in like the 2022, 2021, sometime down here, which was good. And I actually recently sold one a few weeks ago. So yeah, just not the best time to enter, but it is a good skin. That's what I will say. Let's see here. What about the Galil Blue Titanium? It's honestly a good-looking skin. It's a case skin, though. That's the problem with the Blue Titanium. Come on, X. It is a case skin, but it is a case skin from a discontinued case, so that is interesting. It only comes in, what is this? It only comes in factory new, so that's pretty interesting. It is a singular color, monocolored, so that's very nice. I like it. It's not a bad skin, but it is a blue. It's a mil spec, so, like, that's not highly sought after, if that makes sense. And let's see here. There's so many other blues out there. You know what I mean? Like, I would much rather take a look maybe at like the restricted blind spot as like a filler type investment, or maybe like one of the pinks in this collection that have been historically rising. Like the Cobalt Disruption has been a steady beast if you've been looking at its chart. Very, very nice. So yeah, if you look at its chart, it's been beautiful. It had a huge spike CS2, and you should have been buying down here when nobody was touching it, and then now it's up pretty decently. So I remember buying mine when it was in like the 30s, 40s. I think I paid $30 or $40 for it, and then CS2 hype, and wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going higher. The thing you need to know is markets go in cycles, ladies and gentlemen. There are cycles. So, like, there's going to be spikes, there's going to be dips. So, like, even like the Jormungandr, if you look back at its chart, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So, actually, yeah, so, maybe that's not the best example. I thought it was higher. Really? It only went up to... During the 2021 bubble, it only went up to 190, 200. That's crazy. I thought it was higher. Maybe on the Steam market it's more pronounced, but yeah, like look at this. Like we hit a new all-time high in 2021. 2023 it hit even higher highs. Like the markets have cycles, right? They just have spikes and dips. You as an investor want to buy the skins when there's a dip, and then sell when there's a rip, when prices go higher. What about the Sun and Leo? We've already looked at it. It's gone up considerably in price because of the sticker update. I would not be buying too many of them. I have one myself that I bought like earlier in the year or a couple years ago. Anodized Navy investments, those are filler skins. Yes, MP7 Anodized Navy. Filler skins. Very good, very good. Filler skins should be good if you are anticipating an operation will come out. Will the Glock 18 Candy Apple rise? Yes. Assuming we get an operation, it should rise. Tell me about the dealer. Well, what about the dealer? What do you want me to talk in particular about the dealer? It's the most iconic op skin in the game. Even if you haven't played CSGO or CS2 ever, you've probably heard the name dealer from just social media and people in general. Look at this. Had a huge spike in 2021 during the bubble, the crypto bubble, the global economic bubble, right? Had crashed back down. You should have been buying when prices were down here because it has great value, stability, growth potential because of rarity. And then look at this. CS2 hype in 2023. Markets come in cycles, ups and downs. We have another spike up to new all-time highs. Then it went all the way down in November. You should have been picking it up down in November when it was super cheap. Or not super cheap, but cheaper. Now, it has gone up a little bit. Let's see if it can continue to push higher, or if we're headed back down. If we head back down to sub 10K, maybe consider picking one up. If it goes to new higher highs, take that 10K and put it into something that can grow faster. Again, only buy these higher tier skins that are very expensive with money you've made from profits, not new money, if that makes sense. Here's another note. If you guys are taking notes, please write this down. Skins will not make you rich. Only buy higher tier skins with money from the profits, or with money taken from the profits of your cases, capsules, sticker, investments, etc., right? So you buy a dealer after you've made like 50% gain in Copenhagen, or, you know, 100% gain in Stockholm, or, you know, you made a huge bet on Prisma cases or revolver cases, or I don't know, like you made a huge investment into something and it gone up considerably, and now you don't know what to do with this extra money, these profits. Park it into something strong like a dealer, or something that won't lose its value necessarily that much. And when I say lose its value, it's intrinsic value. Intrinsically, the op dealer is valuable because it's discontinued, it's an old skin, it has a huge name, everybody's heard of it, it's never going to be re-released, it's always going to be rare, it's very stable. Yeah, sure, demand can go up and down a little bit depending on the economic, you know, view of the world, or depending on sentiment, depending on a variety of factors. It can go up and down, but for the long run, it's still a very, very nice skin that everybody wants, right? So I like it, just not right now. Yeah, Sun and Leo is super clean. It will rise incredibly. I bought 50 of them. See, that's the thing. It's a mil spec, so like it's not super high up there in terms of rarity. You should have been buying when it was way cheaper. Years ago, but even before the CS2 announcement. So like, Luna, you should have bought those 50 before last year, is what I'm trying to say. Now it's fine. I'm sure you'll make money from this investment, but yeah, it's not something that I am personally pursuing to buy 50 of them. That's crazy. Cold-blooded, yep, if you're gonna sell to Sparkles, that's smart. That's a smart idea. P90 cold-blooded, I like that. I like that. P90 cold-blooded. It is another filler skin, ladies and gentlemen. It's used in higher tier trade-ups. I know a famous YouTuber, Sparkles, that's gonna absolutely devour these next operation for content. What about the Op Asimov? I like the Op Asimov. It's a good skin, but it is a K skin. But it's an exception, not the rule. So if you look at my notes here, with exceptions, the Op Asimov would be an exception, similar to like the Vulcan would be an exception. You could buy some, yeah. How do you buy buff balance? You're gonna have to find a trader or a buff trader who sells it, buff seller. So you're gonna have to contact them, send them the money through like PayPal or whatever payment option, and then make a trade with them, and then he'll give you the balance into your account. You're gonna have to find reputable people. Skins still can make you rich, but highly risky, and there are still better options. Oh, and also, guys, keep that in mind. There's always exceptions to every rule, guys. So, like, for example, when I say skins will not make you rich, I'm not saying all skins, first of all, because it depends on the time and the place. Exception to this, the exception would be operation skins during the operation. So a very common strategy that a lot of skin investors have done over the past couple of operations is buy thousands of consumer grade, industrial grade, the cheaper skins from the operation collections when they are common and dropping during the operation and their price is low. And then you wait a year, maybe 2 years. Maybe you get lucky that we don't have an operation in 2 years like we have now, and you've invested heavily into Riptide skins. And then boom, you're up 50, 100%, maybe even 200% in some cases. You're up a lot of money on these investments because you bought the skins at low prices when they were very common. Nobody was investing, right? They were being inflated. You buy low, and then you wait, you hold, because of the fundamentals, because the demand can change, the fundamentals can change when the operation ends, and then you sell high. So this is an exception. You can get rich from skins. You absolutely can. But generally speaking, you're not going to get rich by buying high tier skins, by buying like, you know, a Dragon Lore right now. Is the Dragon Lore going to double in the next 2 years? Probably not. Could it because of a bubble? Sure, it can. Absolutely can. But we just don't know, and the probability isn't very high. I'm buying 10 howls right now. Yeah, be like that guy, what was his name? Dreps, who bought like 20 howls. obviously it's a great, like, sound investment, but I mean, you're not gonna get rich off of that unless something crazy happens to the macroeconomic view of the world. How about an AK fuel injector? It's a case skin. I think it's underrated. I think it's a case skin, Dawn. I personally would stay away from it. It's a good play skin. It will hold its value for the most part, but it's just not something that fits these three. Let me actually switch them to 1, 2, 3. These 3 golden rules when it comes to skin investing. What are some other skins, guys? Galil Dusk Ruins. Yes, let's take a look at it. Galil Dusk Ruins, sure. Let's see here. It's from the Ancient Collection, discontinued collection. Does have a nice M4 at the top. That's cool. Dusk Ruins, it's mil spec, similar to the Carved Jade. It's not bad. It's a Galil skin, so keep that in mind. If they buff the Galil, this will be interesting. Not the flashiest of skins, unfortunately. If the Galil does get buffed, the Chatterbox will probably get a lot of attention. The Sugar Rush will probably get a lot of people buying into it. Eco for the green investors out there. So, like, you know, those types of skins should rise. Cerberus would be good. Phoenix Blacklight I actually like a lot. It's a very good one. Too bad it's from Havoc Collection, but for the most part, it's a pattern-based skin. So keep that in mind. Target acquired, yep, it's from the, what is it? The Control Collection. Very good skin. Absolutely. Yep, USPS. And not only the USPS Target acquired, I like, because it trades up to a fade. I like the USPS Whiteout. The Whiteout is also another skin worth taking a look at. What about cases that will be removed from prime drops? That's a whole nother topic, a whole nother video. I will certainly make a stream or a video about case investments, about, you know, drop cases, not discontinued cases, but drop cases. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed for that. At the moment, cases are in a little bit of a correction dip. We'll see if they can bounce back, but I'll do a stream soon on that topic. What do you think of the blue phosphor? I love the blue phosphor. Absolutely love the blue phosphor. I think that the blue phosphor can go higher over the next couple of years. Let's look at its price. Give me 1 second. Blue phosphor. In the last 3 months, it's up 5% presumably because of the sticker update. Ever since they released the new sticker changes to the orientation of stickers, this thing has done pretty well. Let's see here. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. 6 months seems pretty stable, I'd say. Nothing too crazy. My only issue that I have with the blue phosphor is it's from an Operation Collection that was heavily spammed. There's a lot of them out there. The supply is pretty high, but the demand is also very high. So it does have a saving grace in that, like, the fundamentals are good, deflationary in a sense, right? And no new ones are ever, you know, going to be added again, only through trade-ups. And it does have pretty high demand because it is a mono color. A lot of blue stickers will look good on it. And yeah, I mean, if you look at its chart, for the most part, it's pretty healthy left to right. So I like the blue phosphor. I do think that long term it does grow. So this is one of those, like, bull flag type charts that should push back higher at some point. Let's see here. Glock 18 high beam rare patterns. Quicks, I personally would avoid those types of investments just because they're not very liquid. You have to find a seller for those. Not everybody knows about the different patterns on the high beam. I don't even know how much value they even add to it. So I'd personally avoid that. If you want to be a collector, great. But if you want to be an investor, you got to be able to cater to the people and to the masses in particular, the majority of people. And most people that buy it probably don't care or know about patterns on that Glock. And I think that Glock is still dropping, is it not? The high beam? Isn't it a drop skin that's still dropping? Yeah, Inferno 2018. So it's not something that I personally would be a buyer, but it is a good play skin. It does look really nice, so there is that, but it's very cheap. Unless something changes drastically, I would not be a buyer. Chatterbox kind of has a low supply. That's why I like it, especially in StatTrack. It's a pretty cool one, Lumku. I bought the MP7 anodized navy for 50 cents. Is that worth it, and should I buy more of them? If you think an operation is coming out this year, then yes, you can probably buy more at low prices, and these will be consumed in the next operation. That's pretty much written in the stars. We haven't had an operation in 2 years, chat. You best believe people are going to be doing trade-ups again, and there's going to be demand for trade-ups and skins, so absolutely. What about the Orange Analyst? If it's an Operation Collection skin, then I like it, you know. This is a restricted Dust 2. It's from the Dust Collection, Gold Arabesque one. It's one of the purples. Mac 10 Case Hardened is also very interesting. I like that as well. Orange Analyst is... I don't think it had a glow up in CS2. I personally don't like how it looks, but it is from a good collection, so there is that saving grace. So I like it. USPS purple DD-Pat, not just DD-Pat, it's purple DD-Pat. It's cheaper. The purple DD-Pat is cheaper. It's from a different collection. It's from the Mirage, and I kind of like this one a little bit more just because it's cheaper. But I'd have to look at the charts, you know, to confirm that it is the better buy. But I will put the purple DD-Pat on the list just because it is cheaper and it is from... I would say this is the better collection than Dust 2, the one that has the Hydra. But it's not bad. It's not bad. They're both good, I guess. Is the Vulcan also a skin that is good to hold? What if Valve releases another blue-white AK? That's true. That would be a concern. I definitely see where you're going with that, Knight, but you have to understand that, like, even if they do release something new, it would have to be so much better than the Vulcan in terms of design, looks, and even then, the Vulcan is still just a rare skin, an old skin. Many of them are trade banned in locked accounts. The supply is you know, scarce. It's that's all I'm gonna say. It's a scarce AKs. So even if they do release something new that is good, it's not going to necessarily affect it that dramatically. Even in the beginning, it's gonna be a slow decline, is what I'm trying to say. And then by then you can always sell out of it. You know what I mean? So like, I currently have a Vulcan. I'm still gonna hold it unless something drastically changes to the fundamentals of the skin, which I doubt. Rate my inventory, please. We're not doing inventory reviews right now, Poder, but I will certainly make a note of that. Maybe next week we can do a Sunday or a Saturday rate my inventory, rate my investment stream. I have not done that in a while. SSG Deathstrike or the Mac 10 Case Hardened. Personally, I'd go with the Mac 10 Case Hardened, especially if it has a good pattern on it, but ooh, but Deathstrike, wait, is that from Mirage? I think it is. Deathstrike or Dust. No, it's Dust. Ooh. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. That's, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Whew. They're both good, is all I'm gonna say. They're both good. They both are stable operation skins, but which one is better? That's... AK Vulcan skin is not made by Valve, it's made by the community. I agree, it is. We already got a new blue and white AK. It's the Inheritance. Am I wrong? Yeah, it's a little bit blue, a little bit gold, a little bit white. It's not exactly the same as the Vulcan, per se. What about the Glock 18 Synthleaf? Yes! Thank you, somebody said it. Synthleaf. Absolutely love the Synthleaf. It's from the St. Mark collection. Wild Lotus, arguably one of the better AKs in the game. I actually recently did a... not really a poll, but a question on my YouTube community tab. Shout out to the people that respond to those, you know, polls on the community tab. You guys are legends. You know who you are. A lot of people say Wild Lotus is their favorite AK. And it certainly does have a very nice design, very rare skin from an old collection, very few listings. So the Synthleaf, you know, for what it's worth, these skins here... they're only going to become more rare as time goes on, chat. So I really do like the Glock 18 Synthleaf. It is a really cool Glock, very good colors, very unique colors. There will be trade-ups used, a lot of crafts made over the years. So yeah, it's expensive though. That's the one thing that I don't like. It's expensive. You should have bought it when it was cheaper. But we will put it on the list because yes, if you get in now, well actually before I say that, let me look at its chart. I just really want to see how it has performed real quick. If we look at its chart, yeah, this thing is just a beast. It's a juggernaut. Look at this, chat. It's a bit rich for my liking, but like it's just such a good skin. Like, when it crashed in November, you should have been buying. Now, we're off of that, and, you know, we're... What is that? Is that 5%? How much is it up? That's more than 5%. It is 34%. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's 34%. You could have been up 34% right now. I personally wouldn't be buying hand over fist, but it's still a really good skin, so some pretty good stickers that you can put on it. So yeah, you gotta be careful with some of these skins. They've already gone up quite a bit. I need one. I love St. Mark. Yeah, exactly, Stefano. If you love St. Mark and you're gonna, you know, you love the skin, you're gonna treat it as like a play skin and use it, then yeah, buy one now, and in a couple of years, I'm sure you'll be able to sell it for a higher price. I would be surprised if it dips below current levels, but it might. Nothing is guaranteed, as always, but the fundamentals are strong. Glock 18 Twilight Galaxy. Yeah, there's a lot of good Glock skins out there, guys. Twilight Galaxy, right here. It had a huge buff in CS2. I remember I used to have one. It was not moving at all. It was from the Chop Shop collection, not one of the better collections in the game. Pretty bland looking. And then CS2 beta came in, and this thing skyrocketed in price. Absolute beast of a skin. Still looks really good in CS2. I'm a big fan of this skin. I really do. Kind of regret selling mine many months ago. I literally... Chat, look at this. Look at this chart. Look at how bland and just ugly the chart was. I bought sometime down here. Like, I bought many years ago, and then right before the announcement, I think I sold for like 50 bucks or something, so I made some money, but it was just such a boring, slow growth investment, and it just wasn't doing anything for me. And then look at that. CS2. No way of knowing Valve would absolutely make this skin go nuclear. Look at this. It went from $50 to $300. Holy. That's absolutely insane. So yeah, 400% up, 500%. So these things happen. Right now, the best time to have bought it was obviously in November, December. Now it is trying to make its way back up. If you buy one now, I personally don't see it ever going back to like the pre-sale or the pre-CS2 prices. So we'll see. We'll see if it can continue to march higher. Let's see here. Yeah, Glock 18 Twilight Galaxy. Now another skin that I would be taking a look at here. A couple more that you guys haven't mentioned yet. I'm surprised nobody's talking about the Cobblestone collection. This is such a rare collection, such an old collection. Hasn't really been in the news lately that much. We haven't had a lot of streamers, you know, doing Cobblestone package openings or, you know, trade-ups for Dragon Lords and such, but I'm sure that'll come back in the future. It's very cyclical. The fundamentals of this collection are strong. You know, it's never coming back to the game. The skins have a low supply because over the years they've been eaten up in trade-ups. So, yeah, I mean, any one of these skins, for whatever reason, would be considered, I would say, a sound investment. You know, you hold it, you buy it, and with time, inflation and everything, it should go higher. You know, I still have my Knight. There's a reason I still hold my Knight. I used to be invested in the Chalice. So, absolutely, like, any of these skins here, I would personally consider long-term holds. You buy, you hold, and, yeah, this is such a good collection. Not to mention, chat, that there have been rumors over the past couple of months circulating that we may get a Cobblestone remake sometime in the future. And listen, it could very well happen. Never say never. And if and when it does happen and it does come out, there's obviously going to be a new collection. It's not going to be the same old skins that come back with it, but just the news of Cobblestone, the name Cobblestone in the air or in like people's speech and discourse, that's going to cause prices of like the older collections to go higher. It's just inevitable. You know, it's type of like buy the news event. Oh my god, Cobblestone is in the news. They're adding a new case. Buy the old stuff. So another reason why you want to have some of the, you know, some exposure to like these very high demand collection skins. Daybreak, yep, the Daybreak is pretty good. I like the Daybreak a lot. Very good pattern-based skin. AK Bloodsport, I'm pretty sure it's going up in price. Bloodsport is a very popular skin. It's a very common skin in terms of like common on people's lists of like favorite AKs. So it has high demand. I like that. I like that. If we look at its all-time charts, it is trending higher. It had a huge spike in CS2, went down, went back up, went down. You should have been buying in early January. It has since gone up quite a bit because of the sticker update, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of those skins that benefited greatly because of the sticker update. So my recommendation for you guys is right now, it's consolidating. You can pick one up as a play skin. The question is, how much higher can it go? And that I cannot answer. I really just don't know. Like, in the peak of the CS2 hype, it went to 180. Can it reach back up there? Possibly. But I would be buying it as a play skin. I would not be buying, like, dozens of it. I wouldn't be buying, like, 10, 50, 100 of them. It's just not something that I would put my money to work there. Any good gloves to hold? Any glove from the glove case, ladies and gentlemen, would be a hold, in my opinion. I love the glove case. It's the OG gloves. These are the first gloves that were ever added, so... You know, Crimson Weaves, some of the higher tier ones, Spearmints, if you have them in low floats, those are good. Foundations, I have those gloves. Emerald Webs, W Green gloves. Crimson Kimonos, good patterns. Pandora's Box, solid. Any sort of, like, superconductors, love me a good superconductor. Keep any of these gloves, and don't sell them, in my opinion. I would consider those solid investments. Alright, chat. It is... an hour. I didn't want to make the stream super long. If I missed the skin, guys, please, please, please just ask it in the comments. Make a post in the comments. I read all of my comments. I try to respond to everybody. So at the end of the stream, the VOD will be saved. You guys can let me know in the comments. Do you agree with the list? Do you have any extras to add to the list? Like I said, I will be doing more research on this and giving you guys more videos, more detailed videos for certain skins, maybe like the best AK skins to invest in, the best M4 skins to invest in, etc. Over the next couple of weeks. So please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, you want to see those videos. Also, guys, like I said, a lot of content is coming back to the Patreon. Like I said, episode 6 is coming out tonight on Grow Your Wealth with CS2 Investing. We had some good conversations last night. And the weekly newsletter with some extra skins and sneak peeks of my next investments. They're coming out later tonight with a new newsletter. Thank you guys so much for watching. On your way out, hit the like button, and have a great rest of your Sunday, guys.